Okay, I have been super busy all day. As you can see, I am red in the face because I've just been floored all day and I still have so much to do, and I'm not going to get into it, but happy Vlogmas Day 9. And since I didn't have time to vlog today, I am going to do Bad Drivers Part 2. You guys seem to really enjoy Part 1, so this is Bad Drivers Part 2, but it's the Walmart edition. Because during my time bell ringing at Walmart, I have noticed, even more so than usual, just how many bad drivers there are. Just in Walmart parking lot. This doesn't count out in the world. None of that. This just is Walmart bad drivers. Okay. We've got people parking in no parking zones. A lot. Like, I'm not talking once or twice a day. I'm talking, there's almost always somebody in a no parking spot. And I don't understand why, because some of them have handicap plates, and there will be handicap spots open. And I don't know why they're not utilizing them, but they're not. So there's that. There's the people who back up their vehicles without paying attention and almost hit somebody. Then there's the people who see somebody in the process of backing out and they still try to zoom past them, so they almost get hit even though the person's already halfway out and they should yield to them anyways. So there's that. Then there's the people who see somebody backing out and then they get like right on them and wait for that spot to open up and don't even like give them any room to get out. Okay? That's annoying. Don't do it. Okay? I understand you want that parking spot, but give them some space to back up or they're going to end up hitting you. Okay? And then there's the people who don't stop at the crosswalks. There are stop signs there. I know you guys have all been to Walmart. All of my viewers have been to Walmart, I'm sure. And if you haven't, then you're missing out. But there's these stop signs at every crosswalk, and you're supposed to stop whether or not you see somebody there. It is a stop sign. It is not yield for pedestrians. It is stop. And I see people all the time just blow past it. And I'm like, that's there for people's safety. There are children who get away from their parents and could get hit. All it takes is 2 seconds for that kid to run out into the crosswalk. Pedestrians have the right of way. Especially in a crosswalk of all places. Are you really in so much of a hurry that you want to risk hitting a child? Because I have never been in that much of a hurry in my life that I would want to risk hitting a child. Not only do I stop at those crosswalks, but I wait a minute just to make sure that nobody's going to run out in front of me. Because you never know. I mean, there could be a child, there could be an adult with developmental problems. I mean, we've got the Adult Donnie Martin Center here because we have adults with disabilities, mental disabilities, and they don't know what they're doing. Like, they don't know that they're not supposed to run out in the street because they're like children in their head, and they can't help that. So, I mean, you really need to be considerate of your fellow citizens and think about people like that. Think about the children. Think about the people with developmental delays. I mean, my son is almost 6. But in his head, he's like, I think the last time we checked, he's got the developmental abilities of a 3 or 4-year-old. Like, so he still does things like run off from me in parking lots. And he's very strong, so he can get away from me easily. I mean, I've never met a kid his age that's as strong as he is. Like, he can overpower me, no problem. He's just super strong. And Eva's the same way. But, I mean, you need to think about people like that. You know, when you're driving in Walmart parking lot, just because it's a parking lot does not mean that the rules do not apply to you. You're not more important than everybody else. Just because you're driving a fancy car does not mean that you get to speed through the parking lot because you think you're so cool. Guess what? You're not cool. You're being rude. I don't care how fancy your car is or how fast it goes. That does not give you any right to be speeding around everybody. I'm sorry. Actually, I'm not sorry. Because these self-entitled people who think that just because they have nicer things than everybody else, they get on my nerves. They get on my nerves bad. Because just because you have more financially does not mean that you're a better person. It does not mean that you are more important than anybody else. And it's these people that end up getting away with a lot. These are the ones that you see that go to court, that get a slap on the wrist because, oh, that's just a poor little rich kid that don't know any better. That doesn't give you that's not an excuse. Being rich does not give you a free pass. It shouldn't. I don't care. It just shouldn't. But you know that they get away with more, and it's not fair. You know, life's not fair, but that's really, our justice system, no. So, just because you're driving a fancy car doesn't mean you're special. And just because you're disabled does not mean you can cut people off. Just because you have those disabled plates doesn't mean you can just whip in front of somebody and, get the closest handicap spot. I understand you have a disability and you need that spot, but you don't need that spot bad enough to put somebody else in danger. I just don't get it. Y'all need to pay attention and quit acting a fool. And I know that some of you out there are guilty of these things. And I really just want everybody to sit down. It's almost Christmas. It's the holidays. You guys really need to think about other people for once. At least during the holiday season, if no other time. Think about other people. Please. But I'm going to sign off for tonight. I know I got kind of ranty, but that was kind of the point because I didn't have enough time to vlog. So I decided I would do another Bad Drivers video. So, happy Vlogmas Day 9. Have fun with the rant. Good night.